Okay. Can you see Canva now?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Okay. So I think all of you had received a request for Canva link. Ghazi, did you receive?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Were you able, did you tried logging into the and explore the
Yes, ma'am.
Canva?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is how Canva looks like. So I'll take you. Yeah. So this is basically how it uh, yeah, this is how it will look like. So this is basically a website called Canva where you can make a lot of things, even presentation, social media. Like it's basically a content creating website or a software. So we'll be creating contents here because now you have been working on doc and I'm pretty sure you have been facing some restrictions on aligning the images and things. Did you face or was it comfortable for you?
No, ma'am, in some documents, I face that situation for image and all.
Yeah.
So I think for it, Canva will be fine.
Great. Yeah. So it's the same thing that we'll be doing it here. So, so everyone, you will be receiving a plain doc like this. You will have an allocation sheet. I'll just discuss the allocation sheet with you within some time. So the thing is, you will be creating Canva, I mean, the all your lesson plans in the doc here. So, so I'll just give you a basic training. I know most of them know, but I just a basic training for people who doesn't know how to work and few of the things that will be some of the tools and some of the things that will be using more because I think that's the skills that we'll be using more when creating lesson plan. So okay. So first thing is I think I had got a query that someone said glacial indifference is not available on doc. Yeah. So I think one of the SPOC of yours had connected with me asking the same to solve that out. So in Canva, you will get. So that guideline was made for Canva because we were making it in Canva. So you will get that font in Canva. So now all your fonts that you will be using will be glacial interference and the font size. So here, if you click, you can see a lot of different kinds of font, but we don't have to experiment here much. First, so yeah, kindly make a note of all the points because I don't want to repeat it again and again. I'll discuss the mistakes also in the reworks that I faced. So if there is any doubt, any clarification, any confusion, now that you have worked on few lesson plans, kindly make a note of all this and we can discuss towards the end of this meeting because after this meeting, you'll be directly starting creating lesson plans on Canva and it will be reviewed by other reviewers also. So we don't want any confusion or the quality of work shouldn't be compromised once you start working on Canva. So if you have any doubts, please kindly ask me. I don't want any poor quality of work that I've been seeing in the doc. So yeah, so the first thing is make sure you're using the font Glacial Indifference and the font size is 22. So this is where I hope you can see my screen. This is where you play around with the font size. You can increase, you can decrease. So all the content, uh, content part will be using the font size 22. Um, But the title of the chapter, you can give it a little bit bigger font size and a different color also. Up to you. I would suggest you not to use a red color because that's like very alarming. So you can use in red itself, you can maybe use a different shade of red or anything. Yeah. Now the second thing is color. So if you see, there is the first option here is text color. So if you click on it, you will have varieties of colors from to choose from for your content, for your written content part, the text. So you can choose any color. Let's say you select red in the solid colors and you want to play around with the different shades of color. If you can see a plus sign here, you can click on it and you will get a screen like this, and then you can play around here. Okay. When you move the cursor, this round button anywhere, you will have that color and you will have that color in the text. So you can play around with the colors. So heading, first thing, it should be bigger than a size 22 because that's the heading. And I would suggest not to go with any red color. You can use maybe pink, violet. I'm just giving you blue. Anything is fine. Even red, a darker shade of red can be done. The next thing is here you can bold it. Then you have italics. We don't use italics, so kindly avoid from that. Then you have underline. Again, underlining should be used only where it is necessary and not anything else. Another important thing is this alignment. I hope you can see 4 lines. Okay, this is another option that will be used. You should be using a lot. So let's say, okay, I'll just explain as I go through, explore the page. So towards the end, can you see show page thumbnails like pages here towards the right corner? Can
Yes,
everybody see it? Towards the right corner, you can see something like show page thumbnail. So if you click on it, either you can have the view like this, or you can have it to like you can scroll it down. So that's up to you, however you want to play around with, however you want, like whatever is comfortable for you, you can do that. So let's say you're going it downwards. So what you can do is, let's say, okay, so next thing is towards the right, left corner, you can see text. So if you click on that, you can add text box. You can add a new text box. So whenever you add a text box, actually it is, let's say, I'm copying one line and I'm adding the text here. It's actually always center aligned. You should always write all your content towards the left aligned. So when you click on it, you can see now it is left aligned. Then you can see this is like a page center aligned. This is right aligned. This is middle aligned. So whenever you're writing any content, make sure it's left aligned and then you're playing around with the position. So one thing about Canva is like if you, let's say you have an image and you want to write something in this side, you can actually write. You can arrange your content anywhere or any way you want it. So that is one good thing about Canva. This was not possible in Word doc. So Canva is a little more flexible. You can arrange content. Let's say you have written this and you want to shift it anywhere on the page, you can actually do that. Even the images also, you can do that. So adding a text box, I hope everyone is clear about it, because you have to write content, so you have to add text box. Then I hope the alignment is also clear. Everyone is clear about alignment because you have to work with mostly with center left alignment. Center alignment you can use if you want to write any labels or anything. Then you can use bullets. If you want to add bullets, you can do that. Yeah, so that's about the text part. Is there any doubts or confusion till now? Ghazi, is there, because you have never used it, I would want answers from you because you have never used it.
Understood, ma'am.
Great. Okay, now let's say, okay, now let's talk about images. So you have something called elements towards, so there is design elements text. So if you click on elements, you can search any shapes or anything. Let's say you want to add a carrot ka image you want, you will get a different types of carrot images. Your only job is to select something that is good. Whenever you are adding any images for any lesson plan, please don't add images like these, because I saw in one of, I don't know whose it was, one of the lesson plan that I reviewed, I think I had clearly given the comment, kindly remove the emojis with face. They had put emoji like with face images was there. Like if I was, you can add, you can search for anything and you will get, if you want to add a canty, you just add canty and you will get canty's image. Please don't add images like these. So if you want to add chocolate, you can use these, like something simple, or these something simple. Let's say if you're having, you want to add an ice cream cone, please don't add images like these with faces. You should always use something that is, uh, you can add this, something that is simple and not very fancy or creative, and especially with faces. That is for anything. So from here in elements, you can search anything, like literally anything. Vegetables, if you want to add vegetables, you can add. If you want specific vegetable, you can add. If you want to add apple, you will get apple. Uh, Another thing is, I wouldn't suggest you to take any realistic image. For example, I wouldn't suggest you to take images like these. Rather, go with something more cartoonic or something that's, these images are better. And we would prefer choosing images like these. And that is for all the, yeah, images like these, you shouldn't take. Rather, you should go with images like these or these. So you can literally type anything, you will get it. If you want shapes, you can get any shape. If you want a square, you can get square. So basic shape. So if you go to tools, under upload tools, you actually have something called shapes. So if you click on shape, actually you will get a lot of basic geometrical shapes. So your growing patterns, I think someone had, I got a query yesterday or day before that someone had asked, can I repeat the geometrical shapes? Because basic geometrical shape is like what, square, circle, rectangle, and stuff. But here you can see a lot. Even this is a geometrical shape. So you have a lot of varieties of geometrical shapes. Even you can use this if it's a growing pattern ka lesson plan or any geometrical shape, you can use this, or you can have many, like you have different varieties of shapes. So you can use basic shapes here. Next thing is, let's say you want to change the color of the shape. So let's say you were, so you can reduce the shape's size, and to copy, just have Control C and just Control V, you will copy it. You can right click on it and you will get the various copy paste options. So let's say you are copying it and making a line. Yeah, another thing is, let's say you want to check everything is online. When I'm moving the images, can you see that there are some pink dotted lines appearing? I want a yes or no, or else I
Yes,
won't.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes, ma'am.
basically, these pink dotted lines help you to understand the alignment. So let's say you want to align all these 4 squares in one line. Let's say I move here. Now you can see two dotted lines connecting the 2 squares. So it tells that this 2 is in alignment. Now move this. Now you can see three lines connecting all 3 squares, and you can see 1.3, 1.3. Can you see that number?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
means these squares are equally distanced at a 1.3 centimeter or the measurement. Now you want to move this here. Again, when I'm placing it in one specific place, I can see 1.3 between all 4 shapes. When I'm moving it away, there's no number. So that number means that it is 1.3 distance apart, or 1.3 units distance apart. So now all these 4 squares are lined together. Let's say you want to change the color of this square. What you can do is, can you see a circle here towards the left before the edit?
Yes, ma'am.
You can see
Yes, ma'am.
colors. So you click on it, and let's say you want to make it pink. That square becomes pink. If you repeat the same thing, it will change pink. So like this, you can actually change the color of any shape to any color you want. So changing the colors of shape is also understood? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's
Yes, ma'am.
uh yeah, now let's say you created a pattern. Okay. Okay, let's say you created a pattern with squares or different shape, and maybe during explanation we have to repeat these pattern again and again. It's very hard to move each square one by one, right? So what you can do is select all the images. Can you see a label group, an option to group? So when you click on it, all the images becomes grouped. Now when you select it and copy it, and when you paste it, the whole thing gets copied together. So it's easy for you to copy this set of pattern anywhere when you group it. Now let's say you pasted it somewhere and you want to edit it. What you can do is select it. You can see ungroup button. Click on ungroup button. Now this shapes are individually like different, and you can edit it however you want. And this option is not just for shapes. Let's say you wrote something in one page and you want to copy paste the same format to another page. What you can do is select the whole thing. You will see group. Click on the group button, Control V or copy paste. Then actually you can move the entire thing. Yeah, you can actually move the entire thing to another page. Okay. I think this meeting might end in 10 minutes. So if that happens, actually you can rejoin the same meeting link. Okay. Or else I'll just share another meeting link. Okay. Yeah. So what you can do is, so this is another important thing, the grouping and ungrouping thing. So is there any doubts till now? Yeah. So mostly one thing you have to take care when working is font size, the alignment. Okay. Let's say you have written few contents and your one line is here, your another line is here. This is not how we want. All your lines should be left aligned. So one thing what you can do is when you have written everything, select everything, then there is something called position. After animate, there is something called position. If you go in that, there are few options like align elements, space evenly, advanced. So in the advanced, if you can see there is X and Y options. If you click on X and you add 2, everything will be aligned to 2. I'm just saying about the written part. So if you want to align a 2, it will align. Now, if you want to align this, just click on it, add 2, everything will be, all the writing will be aligned. Another method to see the alignment is, let's say, again, it's the dotted lines. Now you see, like if I'm moving around this line, now at this position, you can see the line A pattern. For example, this is a pattern, it repeats. All these 4 lines is connected by a pink dotted line. This means that all these 4 lines are aligned in the same line. Now, if you move around this one, you can see now this selected text box is connected with a pink dotted line to all the other lines. So that means that is also aligned. So this is another way you can check alignment, or else you can go with this advanced setting to make sure everything is aligned. So the things you have to take care is the alignment. It should be perfect. I don't want any alignment issues when working in Canva, because on doc it was understandable. It's not very user friendly with the alignment and stuff. But in Canva, it is very friendly. So I don't want any alignment issues. Next is the font size. In all your files, I don't know, people have used very big fonts, 24, 25. It was not very pleasing for the eyes to read. I'm not sure if it was conveyed, but Arial, some font was discussed and I had told, but it's fine. Now you know glacial indifference and 22 is the font that has to be used. So please use that. And then the grouping and regrouping is another tool that mostly you guys will be using, because you'll have to work. Different topics will have different uh, needs. So accordingly, you have to use Canva and the tools. So this is one of the lesson plan that we had already created. So yeah, so all these things can be actually added. Let's say all this boxes, yeah. So if you have a text box that you want to add or a answer key box, what you can do is you select square. If you go to the colors, you can see towards the plus sign, you have an option called no color. So you click it, it becomes transparent. Now there is no border. So you have to give a border. There is something called stroke style. So if you click on it and you click on one line, it gives a border. So now you want to copy it, you can just copy paste it. And let's say in some lesson plan, you want a dotted box. So when you go to stroke style, you can actually have different kinds of dots also. But mostly I would suggest you to stick with the solid line, and you can stroke weight means the width of the line you want to give. So if you give 2, it becomes, can you see the difference? It becomes a little bit less dark, but this is very dark. So this is another tool that you can use. You can do with any shapes for this. So let's say you want to do the same thing here. You will get a border. So you can do that for any shapes. You will get these arrows also on the elements. Either you can do it in elements, you can search for an arrow and you will get different kinds of arrows, or else what you can do is in tools, you have actually something called lines. So if you click on it, On top, you can see where the line starts and where the line ends. So let's say you want to add an arrow towards the right, you will get towards the, towards the left, you will get towards the left, or you want to add an arrowhead towards the right, you will get an arrowhead towards the right. Now, let's say you want to add a bar like this. So this comes in some models and all, which you might work depending on the topics. You can add like this. So this is where you can have the arrowheads, different arrowheads you can choose depending, but we usually go with the normal solid arrowhead, or this one also we use mostly, not anything fancy. So this is another thing. And yeah, this is a basic how Canva works. But now, like when you start working and stuff, you will have more doubts. So please